Today's And today we're going to have a productive meeting. Today's culture. Well, when I think about culture, when we were talking about it in the group, there are a lot of ideas that were coming around, and we came across a lot of ideas, but I wanted just a theme, and also with the best theme, we wanted to come up with a theme which would unite everyone together and bring everyone on the same page. And that's why we brought in culture. Culture is a theme that that unites everyone and brings prosperity and love. And we have no other than the man himself who is going to present our club today, the president of our club, the one and only, the ecstatic, the person who has one of the best traditional clothing here in today's meeting. Please welcome on the stage, Toastmaster Ali Subtain.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mahmoud, for such an exuberant introduction with a proper energy level as well. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the President of Bahrain Elite Speakers Toastmasters welcoming you all and calling meeting number 172 to order. And this is my virtual gable. Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to ask, I was about to do this at the business session, but let me just give a small news. Basically, it's kind of a big for us as well. Our VP Education had an accident today while she was on her cycling routine. So she's quite bruised all over her face. I've seen the pictures. It looks a little bad. So she would not be joining us most probably. So Distinguished Toastmaster Khuram Saman has decided, or basically helped us. And thank you very much for taking over the role of acting Vice President of Education. Thank you very much, Dtm Khuram Saman. And since we are kick-starting the meeting, may I please request you to check if we are good to go with the agenda? I think there's only one small change because Roya is not here.
That is correct. Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes.
All right, Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our meeting. The only change that we do have is Toastmaster Joya is being replaced by Toastmaster Colin, who was gracious enough to step in. Apart from that, the agenda seems to be in order. You may go ahead.
Thank you very much. With this, do I hear a motion being raised to adopt the agenda for today's meeting?
Khuram, can you repeat the correction in the agenda?
Sure. The correction, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
because I couldn't hear you clearly. If you can raise your voice.
Great. So the only change is Toastmaster Joya was an evaluator for our first speaker, Toastmaster Mahmoud. That will now be Toastmaster Colin.
Okay.
Great, thank you. Do I hear a motion being raised to adopt the agenda?
I raise the motion to adopt the agenda with the amendment changes.
Thank you very much. Anyone to second the motion?
I second the motion. I second the motion. Toastmaster Ali Subtain. Sorry, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster. And thank you, Mr. Secretary. I hope you've noted down the names who have raised and seconded the motion. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Moving forward, I do see some guests around in the house today. I would like to call upon their names so that they can introduce yourself. I see Ali or Ali Yain. That's how it works. Mr. Ali, please go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Hello, good evening from here, from Bahrain. I guess you have guests from around the world, yeah? So it's evening here. My name is Ali. I'm currently a student in Arab Open University studying English literature. This is how I came to know or heard about your club through Omar. And I am doing a summer semester right now, and there'll be another semester, hopefully, and then I'll graduate and rejoin the working field. I'm involved also in filmmaking and script writing. I usually write sarcastic scripts So this is so far a little bio here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ali. We're so happy and pleased to have you with us on our platform. And sarcasm is always welcome in Best Group as well. So glad that you're here with us. And if you'd like to, in between, throw in some sarcastic points, the chat is available for you. Please do that so that we can keep the environment light as well. Thank you very much for joining in. I do see another name appearing here as iPad. Hello, iPad. Would you like to introduce yourself? Do you come straight from Steve Jobs' house? And the iPad seems to be silent. Never mind. We'll just move forward. Thank you very much.
Hello, good
Again-
afternoon.
Oh, thank you very much. Hi, good afternoon.
Yes, I'm
Who do
sorry
we
I
have
was.
here?
Yes, this is Zahra Al-Abdad, and I've
Yes.
joined to see what you are offering for us.
Well, that's great, Zahra. So glad to have you
Yeah.
with us.
Thank you so much.
Very much welcome. I hope you enjoyed the meeting. To you and Ali as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We will move forward with our meeting, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I would like to call our business session to order. Mr. Secretary, would you tell us if our quorum is complete?
Sure. Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Mr. President. I am right now computing the quorum as we speak. Yes, our quorum is not complete. Sorry, it is complete. It is complete with 11 members. We are with quorum. Yes, over to you, Mr. President.
So how many members we are total registered? Just to refresh, jog my memory, basically.
Sure. So we have 21 in total, and 11 of which are present here. So that's above 50%.
Perfect. It should be 50 plus 1. So I'm assuming the quorum is not complete.
50 plus 1.
Yeah, it should be half plus 1. So if you're at 21, technically it should be 10 and a half. So yes, we are. I'll go with it. Yes, we are. Thank you very much. All right. So before I begin anything, I would like to talk about the minutes of the meeting of previous meeting. I would like to request if someone has read the meeting, so please raise a motion so that we can adopt the minutes of the meeting as well, of meeting number 171.
I raised the motion to adopt the minutes of the meeting.
Thank you very much, Rowan. Do I have a second here?
I second that, President.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sale. Thank you. Mr. Secretary, you've noted down the names definitely. Here, I'd like to open the floor for any new business to be discussed. Or let's start with all business to be discussed. No new business to be discussed. Any old business to be discussed? Do you remember? Anything that you'd like to talk about? This is your chance. Don't miss it.
Mostly Jahangir comes up with the business ideas. So
There you go. He's raising his hand already. Dtm Jahangir, the virtual floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Good
Hi.
afternoon. Good timings.
Hello, Baba. Hello, Baba. How are you?
Good, thank you. The second thing these days I say when they ask me, how are you? Sleep deprived. That's what I use the second phrase. But alhamdulillah, everything is good.
Minuted. Make sure it's minuted.
I'm sorry, I just joined in. We are talking about the new business, correct, Mr. President?
Yes, anything new, anything old, we haven't heard anything. So please, the stage is yours.
So I don't know if Dtm Salman acting VP Education has already announced. We have 2 educational awards, as Toastmaster Roya Adil is not here. Toastmaster Roya has completed his level 2. Along with that, Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Murti has completed his level 1. So congratulations to both our members. They are doing very well. I must appreciate Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Murti, talk of the town. People, he's going around and raising the flag of best around the world. Wishing him all the very best. Yeah, these are the 2 educational awards, and with inshallah, if I will complete my level 2 today. With that, the club should be getting its first DCP point. That would be another thing from the VP Education desk. That's it for now. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you very much. And once again, congratulations to Toastmaster Mahmoud for completing this educational platform as well. No doubt, I must second what Jahangir was saying. You have been the talk of the town, so kudos, carry on what you're doing and enjoy your passion as well. Thank you very much for sharing this news. Is there anything else anyone would like to discuss? Going once, going twice, and sold. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to put up the news again that our dear VP Education had a really bad accident. So please, if you like to reach out to her during or after the meeting to give your best wishes to her. Because she's not in a good situation, so she decided to just get some rest. I hope she gets well soon. Godspeed, inshallah, she gets well soon. Thank you very much. With this, I would like to officially close the business session. I hope you heard the knock. It's almost like a gavel. Ladies and gentlemen, today I would like to talk about something that is dear to all of us, something that we all have and we cannot live without, as something that we cherish in our lives. It may come in different formats, different forms, but we all have it. I am talking about friendship, ladies and gentlemen. We are social animals, and we cannot live without this vital element of life. If we have one, we must hold it dear to us and cherish it as well. There may be times where friendships have to face some hardships. This is where we need to remember that life is not bed of roses. And these ups and downs are what keeps us moving, keeps us alive. And once you come out of it, that's what makes your friendship stronger. It may start as networking, something that Toastmasters International is known for. And this is one of the formats that has been adopted by different formats and different business formats, I would say, as we hear networking and socializing in most of the meetings beginning. And this has helped me to have friends almost across the whole GCC that I'm still in touch with and I have nice terms with as well. And no doubt, ladies and gentlemen, all credit goes to Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, who created this platform of Toastmasters International back in 1924 in Santa Ana, California. And thus we are here, and in this new era of technology, we can see that people are mingling together from different countries around the globe, creating yet another global village. So ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your friends, hold them close. And if there's anything that you may have in your heart that could compromise the friendship, let it go. As I always tell to my friends, life is short. Enjoy every moment that you have and hold all of those people that you love closer to you. Ladies and gentlemen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, is the time to kickstart with our educational session of today's meeting. And we have a really intelligent person who's going to be taking us through the rest of the meeting, who will be the captain of the ship, taking us through the whole remainder of the meeting. A very friendly person, a go-to person. Whenever we have something to do, we know that this person is the one to go for, and he's always lended a helping hand to the club as well. A vital part of this club, a dear friend to all of us. And to take us through the rest of the meeting, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Toastmaster of the Day, Abdurrahman Janahi.
Thank you, our President. Our subject is Culture Day. When I hear about the culture, I remember the student and the Culture Day when they put a table and they present the culture of their country. They present the food, dressed with a traditional dress, and even they try to put some photo and some things related to the culture. Regarding culture, there is too many different we should accept. It is like language, style of the dress, and even religions, and time of the ethics and sport. In the Gulf, normally people like football, but if you go to the other countries, some countries they like handball or volleyball. This is the acceptance of the culture. When we meet any other, we should speak with him, share the knowledge, share the ethics, and accept the other. The important things that I want you to remember when you are dealing with the social media, try to share your ethics. Try to share the beautiful stories in your ethics, and just respect other. And this is the beautiful things of the world. With the social media now, the world become small village, and we all can share our culture. And also in the Toastmaster, we normally meet too many nationality, especially now with the online meeting. So this is the positive of the online, I think.
You are on mute, Toastmaster Abdurrahman. You are on mute.
Toastmaster Mahmoud, you heard all what I am saying or not?
This is the last part. We weren't able to hear you because you were on mute.
Okay. Let us start our meeting agenda with the grammarian of Toastmaster, the grammarian of the Toastmaster, Rowan Lobo. Welcome, Toastmaster Rowan Lobo, and if you can tell all the views of your role today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abdul Rahman, for that introduction. So today, as the grammarian, I would like to introduce to all of you all the word for today, which is digress. Digress is to leave a subject temporarily, either in speaking or writing. You know, when I sometimes watch the news, I always like to see the financial happenings around the world. What all is happening in terms of the stocks, what's happening in terms of the banks, financial institutions, so on and so forth. I like the way they come on stage and digress. Oops, sorry, I digress. That's how you can use it in your speech today, guys, when you're speaking the word digress, in your speeches or in your introductions. I also will be paying close attention to the language used today, and I will highlight it in my report at the end of the meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Abdul Rahman.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rowan. And now we will go to the age counter. Toastmaster Sarada. You can tell us about your role today.
Fellow Toastmasters, respected member and guests, very good evening. Myself Sarada Prasad. Today I am your counter guy. Today I will be listening to all these process words like but, and, to, and the filler words like you know, I mean, you mean, and long pauses also. So these are the words which tend to break a conversation, and these are called the boring words also. So I will be keeping my eyes on these words, or I will be keeping my ears on these words. And the end of the meeting, I will give my report. So don't take it negatively, keep it positively, because these are the words which will reduce the effectiveness of your effective speech. So in future, it will help you to reduce these type of words. Thank you, and back to you, Abdul Rahman.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sarada. And we have the important rule in the meeting, it is the timer. And without the timer, the Toastmaster will not be. So the secret of the speech is, you know, when you start and when you end. So let us review the timer rule with the Toastmaster Rohan.
Thank you very much for that, Toastmaster Abdurrahman. As time of the day, I would like to greet every one of you all to this meeting. As a timer, I will be timing the table topic session, the formal speeches, and the evaluation. I'll alert each of the speakers to make sure how much time you have left and let you know that. And I will be doing so with the help of these screens you see behind me. I hope they're all visible to you all. The green, yellow, and red. And for each of the speeches, this will be the criteria. For the icebreaker speeches, it's generally 4 to 6 minutes in length. So at 4 minutes, I'll be raising the green card. At 5 minutes, I'll raise the yellow. And 6 minutes, there will be the red card behind me. And you will have a grace period of 30 seconds for the icebreaker speech. As for the other speeches, the formal speeches will be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I'll be raising the green card. At 6 minutes, the yellow, and 7 minutes, the red card. There'll be a grace period of 30 seconds for this one as well. And for the table topics, yes, table topics will be of 2 minutes in length with an extra 30 seconds. The green card will go up at 1 minute. 1 minute 30 will have the yellow, and 2 minutes the red. And what's remaining is the evaluator's role. Evaluations are usually between 2 to 3 minutes. Not usually, they're always between 2 to 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, I'll be raising the green, 2.5 yellow, and 3 minutes, the red will go up. 30 seconds grace period applies for this one too. With that, I guess I'm coming to the end of my timer log and timer script, and I wish all the speakers best of luck. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, our timer man, Toastmaster Rohan. With the social media, now you can read about all the subjects. You could know a lot of things. But in my opinion, for anybody here, you should be just a specialist in one thing. Like if I want to ask about any financial, I will go to the Toastmaster Rohan. If I want to ask any of the construction, I should know like Toastmaster Jahangir or anybody. So better in this life to be special. It's good to have like flower in each group, but the best things in my opinion to be special in something. So people will go for you and you will call you and will contact you for any things related to that subject. Let us go to our general evaluator, and this is, in my opinion, it is the great role in the day. He will see all the details, he will check on everything, and he will make sure that the quality of the meeting is high. Let us welcome to our DTM Toastmaster Khurram Salman.
Thank you, MC of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our meeting once again. I am the general evaluator, which means I'll be evaluating the happenings and the not so happenings of the meeting, and I'll be coming back towards the end with reports that will be there by my team of evaluators and role players, as well as my feedback on the meeting. Wishing all the role players all the very best. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Khurram Salman. And let us go for our Toastmaster Colin. When I asked him about the culture day, he told me culture is the root that keep us grounded and humble. So this is the importance of the culture. Let us hear about Toastmaster Colin Lobo. and he will tell us, know your member. Toastmaster Colin.
Thank you. The captain of the ship today, the cultural ship today, Abdul Rahman, for that introduction. And ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, wherever you are in this beautiful, big, beautiful world. Now, I'm going to ask you on this cultural day, there's a very special aspect of our club of 21 registered members and today about 11 active or attending members. There are 3 sibling pairs in this club. Can you name them in the chat? Other than the siblings themselves, can you name who are the sibling pairs in our club? Okay, Mazhar's got 2. There's a 3rd pair that isn't, okay. I think the 3rd pair is not there yet. Okay, got it. I think Mazhar gets the trophy. He's got all the 3 pairs. So there are 3 pairs of siblings in our club in Best Family. And just keeping in mind today with Know Your Member, I thought it'd be fun to go from a cultural aspect of trying to know who is this member. Now, as culture forms part of our roots, I'll start all the way to our roots. This member is the grandson of a principal. Any guesses? No. This individual is also the grandson of an agriculturalist. Any guesses? Okay.
Rowan Lobo.
All right, but maybe I should have kept that towards the end. But yes, you got that correct, Omar. So with that said, what is important and the surprise with Dr. Thuray as well is our roots. We are the grandchildren of a farmer and a grandchildren of an agriculture and a principal. So we have very diverse roots, and our culture, as we've dressed up here today, has kept us grounded and has helped us evolve over time. There's a very special story as to when we go to India every time. Our grandmother always keeps us grounded. She always tells us to learn the mother tongue and never speak to her in English. So, you know, we always have to make that effort to learn our culture and, you know, base ourselves in our roots. So with that said, I want to hand over the floor to the captain of our ship, Toastmaster Abdul Rahman. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lobo. We will go for the beautiful part of our meeting, the prepared speech. And with the first speech, the Leadership Development Project 3, the speaker will be Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Mardi. And before that, let us hear of his evaluator, Toastmaster Colin, again. If you can describe the objective of the speech, Toastmaster Lobo.
Thank you very much once again, the captain of our ship, for that introduction. Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Mardi, his speech today is for him to give a speech on how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. And the purpose of the speech is to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege. This is a very interesting topic, and we are all looking forward to it. With that said, over to you, the captain of our ship.
Let us welcome of Toastmaster Mahmoud with the title of the everlasting journey. Toastmaster Mahmoud, welcome.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abdurrahman. I just want to confirm I'm not able to see Toastmaster Rohan Jose's screen for the timing. So Toastmaster Rohan, may you please just turn on your mic, your camera, please? You are on mute. You are on mute,
Sorry
Toastmaster.
about that once again. I hope it's clear for you right now. All good?
Perfect.
Great,
Yes.
Mama. Best of luck.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Many more, but that's the amount of times I got feedback from my mentors, and the amount of times I repeated my speech and changed it continuously. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good afternoon. I wanted to ask a question to the audience. How many times did you write down a speech and had everything well structured and knew that you're gonna blow it tonight? Just to go back and ask your mentors on their evaluation, and then you see that your speech doesn't comply with the requirements. With me, I had it so many times. When it came to school, and when it came to projects, I was number one in this. My beginning stages as Toastmasters all ever began when I was in a public speaking program back in 2016 by Toastmaster Kamal Shahabi. That beginning day when I walked down the aisle and when I sat down on my chair and I saw Toastmaster Kamal Shahabi welcoming everyone to the stage and saying, "Good morning, everyone." Only if it was good morning. Don't remember when it was. He welcomed us all to the stage and spoke about the importance of Toastmasters and the importance of mentoring. When I heard his speech, and he wanted us, each and every one of us, to come on the stage and present yourself. When he came and when he asked me as a junior Toastmaster to come up to the stage and introduce myself, I had many, and I mean many, people discussing about and giving my evaluation for. But when I spoke and introduced myself, there was one component that was missing. There was one component that Toastmaster Kamal Shahabi mentioned to me, and that was the importance of mentoring, direction. And when I got that feedback from him, from even the very first day, the structure changed. My way of thinking and the way he presented his thoughts and objectives really changed the way I spoke. Toastmasters and mentoring really impacted me. And ever since I joined this prestigious club, BEST, the very first day I can remember is when I came to introduce myself as Mahmoud Al-Mardi from British University of Bahrain, undertaking my bachelor's in quantity surveying. Wow, that was in my perspective. And I got a call a day later from Toastmaster Jahangir, and I still remember the day we met at Starbucks, sitting down with him and crucially explaining to me the fundamentals of mentoring and how it's crucial for every speaker in order for him to advance and to visualize and build on himself is mentoring. From the points that I never knew, which was very crucial, was the importance of evaluation and getting off the most important factors, which is to evaluate and the way you speak and the voice tone and the way you walk, like how I'm doing right now, by walking and directing, and the way your voice tone changes plays a role. And from that moment on, that really changed the way I wrote speeches. And of course, there was one point that I would never forget from Toastmaster Jahangir, was when it came to mentoring and writing down speeches, the number one valid point and the crucial point was to write down an outline. And from his guidance and mentoring, that really changed my ideology of how I wrote speeches and how I directed it to each and every one of you. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, Toastmasters and mentoring is an objective and a crucial component. We've seen it on our day-to-day lives. When it comes to teaching, when it comes to your workforce, when it comes even to your parents, mentoring is the most important and crucial and fundamental factor that each and every one of us should have. And without a shadow of a doubt, when mentoring comes into a place, it directs a person. It puts him in a certain way of thinking for him to further advance and to reach high levels and to become a better person. So fellow Toastmasters and guests, I wanted to, before I concluded my introduction, I would like to come up with a statement, and I wanted each and every one of us to think about it. It's not about a good mentor. It's not about the way of, it's not about what to think. It's how to think. Think of it for a second, and I'll leave the answer to you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Dtm Jahangir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahmoud, for the beautiful speech. And I am sure Toastmaster Jani, he deserved all what you said. And Jani, we have a lot of memories with him. So let us welcome to the second speaker, so Dtm Jahangir Khan. And we congratulate him to being father. And let us hear about him. You need it, Toastmaster Jahangir Khan. But before that, let us hear about Toastmaster Thuraya, Dtm Thuraya, about his objective and all details of the speech. Toastmaster Thuraya.
Yeah. Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Good afternoon to all of you. The objectives for Dtm Jahangir Khan is actually same as Toastmaster Mahmoud, but let me repeat them quickly. So the purpose of the speech is for the member, which is in this case Dtm Jahangir, to clearly define how Toastmasters envision mentoring, and also for him to share some aspects of a previous experience as a mentee. I wish Dtm Jahangir all the best and looking forward to learn about mentoring. By that, back to you, Toastmaster of the Day. Back to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Abdurrahman.
Dtm Thuraya. For the second speaker, Toastmaster Jahangir. You need it, Toastmaster Jahangir Khan.
Am I audible, everyone? Everything is perfect. Do you all think that we need a mentor in our life? Can I see the raise of hands? Now, those who raised their hands, who switched on their cameras, I hope that you are having an excellent relationship with your mentor, and your mentor-protege relationship is a successful one. Now, those who didn't raise their hands and those who didn't even switch on their cameras, we need to talk. Master of the Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Michelle Obama, better half of the former president of United States of America, Barack Obama, before being his better half, she was his first mentor at a law firm where Barack was working as a summer associate. Now, you would have seen many a times that Barack gives credit to his better half for his success. Maya Angelou, a famous American poet, was a mentor of Oprah Winfrey. Now, you heard me right. Oprah had a mentor. And on the demise of Maya Angelou, this is what Oprah tweeted, and I quote, "I don't think anybody makes into this world without some form of mentorship. Thank you, Maya, for guiding me and for being there always, especially during the most important and the difficult days of my life." Friends, these are just two examples of the famous celebrities which I had to share with you. If you go to the internet, you would find many millionaires, business tycoons, and celebrities giving credit to their mentor. Now let me share about a man called Jahangir Khan, and that's me. I'm not that successful as a successful in business as a businessman. I'm not a famous celebrity yet. However, I have achieved a lot, according to myself, in the field of Toastmasters for over 16 years in the Kingdom of Bahrain. The journey started long back when my friend, late Adil Chirag, used to push me, "Jahangir, come with me to the Gables Club we have in our school." I kept ignoring that for one whole year. Finally, I decided to join him for one of the meetings. As soon as I entered the meeting room, I was awestruck. Those little beings wearing formals and talking so confidently on the stage on topics which I'm pretty sure most of them were not that aware of. I was like, I need to be at this place. But the question was there in my mind, will I be that confident someday, like them? When I was thinking, and I was in my deep thoughts, a gentleman appeared in front of me who looked more white than white chocolate. "Hey, young boy, this is Najib Razak. I'm the counselor of this Shaheen Gables Club, which makes me by default your very first mentor." Fast forward to 2021 today. I still have one mentor for over 16 years. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 16 years, and I only have one mentor, and that is Najib Razak. The reason why we are still having our relationship of a mentor and a protege that strong is because we have a mutual respect for one another. We know how to work with one another. And that has made both of us achieve a lot over the 16 years. Now, having a 16 years of relationship of mentor and a protege, there is a lot I have learned from him. But I would like to share the three main things which I have learned in this relationship. Number one, accept new challenges. You would have heard me saying many a times in the Best Club that whatever you get, take it. Whether it be a speaking opportunity or a leadership opportunity, take it. I always believe this platform is a learning ground for you. It's not like you will have a pay cut over here or a demotion at the job. Whatever you do, you learn, you improve, and you come back and take new challenges. Number two, run your own race and stay in your own lane. For the last 1 year, I must say, I have been super impressed by one person in the club and his speeches. Such powerful speeches he has presented, and that is Rowan Lowe. For over 16 years in Toastmasters, I have been impressed by the leadership of my good friend, Dtm Jahangir. For the last 3 to 4 years in Best, I have been a big fan of the speeches of Kamal al-Shahabi because of his sense of humor. I wish I had a sense of humor like Kamal. I wish I had the leadership style like Khurram. I wish I could deliver such powerful speeches like Rowan. But I cannot do them. I am Jahangir. I'm blessed with a lot more things, and I have to work on them by running my own race and staying in on my own lane. Number three, embrace your failure. 3 years back, I was standing at the division level I was so happy and proud because this was my first time being on that stage. But you know, at that time, I couldn't get a single trophy by reaching at the division level after so many years in Toastmasters. I remember right after coming down, I was heartbroken. But there was a call of my mentor saying, it's time to embrace your failure today and practice and come back stronger next year. Now, friends, over the 16 years, this is what I have learned, that there is always one person who has been there before you, who can be a guiding light to you in any field, whether it be Toastmasters or a professional life. There is always someone who can say that I've been there and have done that. So I would like to conclude with, again, the same question. Do you need a mentor? I believe you all need it. We all need it. Back to you, Master of the Ceremonies.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jahangir, and sure, we all need the mentor. Okay, we finish all the prepared speech. We have the third speaker, but I think Toastmaster Mazar will be late, around 15 minutes. So we can take the table topic session before that, and we can take after the speech of Toastmaster Mazar. Could we, our president?
We have Mazar, right?
Actually, yeah, hi, if I may. Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. Mazhar basically was just calling me up while Dtm Jahangir was speaking. He is on his way home. I think he just finished late from work. So the minute he reaches home, he sets up his laptop. He's going to come in and pitch in his speech. So until then, for now, I'll just request Toastmaster of the day to allow us 30 seconds of silence for people who can give their feedback to the speaker. And then we'll just move ahead with the next agenda item. And as soon as he comes in, we will just ask him to speak. Since today, for some reason, I can see that we're really good on time, so we have a lot of time. So let's see if we can consume it in one way or the other.
Okay, so your opinion to take review from the audience, and we are waiting to Toastmaster Mazar.
We'll just go ahead with the agenda, with the meeting.
Okay, so should we start the table? Yeah, should we start the table topic now?
I would request you to give 30 seconds for the audience to give their feedback to the speakers. You know, like the 30 seconds of silence to give the comments. And then, yes, you can go ahead with the table topic.
Okay. Okay, so just we will take like if any of the audience he want to tell anything to the speakers, or they want to write for them, chat for them, right? Any of the development things they think the speaker should do to be better.
Thank you. And likewise, Toastmaster Rohan, give us the indication once 30 seconds are over.
I guess we've come to the end of that 30 seconds, and we can continue on with the next session.
Thank you, Toastmaster Over. And let us start with the table topic session. With table topic session, you will get like surprise question. You should speak about that, include introduction, body, conclusion. You should be ready. It is like you are on live TV show, and you need just to speak with all of that. Just be specific, direct to the point, and this is the perfect skill that you will get in that Toastmaster. You need it in all your life, when you are a student, and even if your job, and sure, when you are with your family. Let us welcome with our Toastmaster with our table topic person, Toastmaster Umar Mukhtar.
Good after evening, ladies and gentlemen. Am I audible to all of you? That's awesome. For today's meeting, my role is table topic master. For the benefit of guests, the table topic session is the session where a table topic master gives you a topic and you have to deliver a speech on, as our master of ceremony said, from 1 to 2 minutes, which can include body, conclusion, and opening. Less than 30 seconds, you will be disqualified. Above more than 2 minutes 30 seconds, you will be disqualified. To begin with today's session, culture. Culture shows different values of a different personalities. My hat shows how Pathans wear and protect their heads with the cap, which also shows if you have a bow here on the cap, that means you are on a higher rank in a family, like your grandfathers. You are married, then there is a different kind of bow on your hat. I'm not, so I do not have any bow. With this, let me start with today's session. For my first table topic, I would like to ask any volunteer for table topic.
I'd like to volunteer.
Okay, that's awesome. Toastmaster Mahmoud.
Yes.
Your topic is, what is one best thing about other culture you like and why? What is the one best thing you like about others' culture or any specific culture and why? This stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Umar. Can I just see the timer, please? I think I can see it. Oh, that's perfect. Sorry. Anyhow, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good afternoon. As per Toastmaster Umar, what is the most integral and most important factor or thing, or whatever you like to call it, in other people's culture? I wouldn't specifically say it for a particular culture, rather than the entire globe. Mutual respect and love, which carries in each and every culture. We've seen it when guests come over, how they greet them and welcome them with an abundant amount of gifts and chocolates, and of course, gaining weight. But besides that, it's all about mutual respect and loving and the prosperity between one person and another. And when we can see it, as well as when it comes to Indian culture as well, when they grant and put so much mutual respect and love for the person who is coming and welcome them with all open arms. And meaningless to say that when it comes to culture and the importance of bringing everyone together, that just brings prosperity all around and brings a healthy environment, where everybody is so interconnected with each other and makes the world a better place. And of course, when it comes to culture as well, the most important thing that I've seen around everyone, I wouldn't say that it's for a particular culture, such as the Indian culture, the Arabic culture, or the Palestinian, whatever the case may be, everyone is connected in the same line. And of course, with all due respect and with all my pride and integrity, that's the most important thing that we should have in our modern day-to-day lives. Over to you, Toastmaster Umar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahmoud. For my second table topic, I would like to have a guest on stage. May I call guest Ali, if he wants to.
Surprise.
The session
Yes.
is a surprise for everyone. So are you up for the topic? It will
I'll
not be that hard.
Okay, I can try.
Yeah, okay. Guest Ali, your topic is, what is the best thing about your culture which we don't know? What is the best thing about your culture which mostly people don't know? You are on mute, so can you unmute yourself? Yeah.
Because first of all, to define culture is very difficult at the same time, because you could see it everywhere, and it's related to, as you have just taught us about your hat, and for us, if you're being specified in Bahrain or in Arab, I wouldn't go very much into details, as we don't have much time, but I would say people are the same all over the world, but it's only when you go into depth into their culture, and then you would find these magical details into their cultures. So I'd say we are the same, but we would be different only in some details. Yeah.
Thank you, guest Ali. One last person I would like to call upon on stage for anyone, those who do not have any role. Wait. I have a best person for this topic. I would like to call upon Dtm Jahangir.
Yes, Toastmaster.
Dtm Jahangir, your topic is exploring culture is better than exploring culture is better than having your own culture.
Thank you, table topic masters, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon once again. Is exploring culture better than living with your own culture?
Yes.
Definitely, I would believe that everyone would go with the same option, that we should be ready to explore more about the different cultures. Since childhood, I have mentioned it before as well, that I've been living in Bahrain and I have been friends with so many different nationalities. And living in Bahrain, this is the beauty of Bahrain. Over here, you can see and you can live with so many different cultures. You don't have to be with or have the same culture which you're having of your family or with which you're born with. Apart from that, these days we are attending meetings around the world. Being in Toastmasters, I've made friends with so many different nationalities. I have traveled for about 3 to 4 countries. I made friends around the world being part of Isaac. I got an opportunity to know people from 7 to 8 different nationalities. One thing which is common among all the cultures, which my friend Mahmoud has already mentioned, that all cultures teach us to share love, respect, and care. What we see in the world, what we see in the news is not the same thing. When you learn, when you sit on a table of different culture, I would like to share one small example over here. Me and Dtm Salman were in Turkey, and we were living in one of the house of a Turkish lady, Airbnb. On the day we were about to leave, she made breakfast. She was a single lady. She made a breakfast for me and Dtm as to express her gratitude. And that was such a nice gesture by a single lady who was living. We were just staying there just like anyone else who would stay using a property, Airbnb. But that breakfast, I see that when I mention about that, brought a smile on Dtm, and whenever I think of that, brings a smile on me. That's the beauty of culture. It teaches us to love everyone, accept everyone, and we should be ready to explore different cultures whenever and wherever possible. Back to DTM for DTM Toastmaster Omar, soon to be DTM, inshallah.
Oh, thank you, Dtm Jahangir. Inshallah, soon I'll be a DTM. With this, my session comes to an end, and I would like to give control back to Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Abdurrahman. Toastmaster Abdurrahman. If he's not on screen now,
Okay.
can I give one more topic to anyone?
No, it's okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Umar, for controlling the table topic session, and it is just a beautiful control. I would like to ask if Toastmaster Mazhar is here to deliver his speech. Toastmaster Mazhar?
I think he's trying to join in. You can see that he's trying to join in. Yes, yes, Dtm Jahangir.
Mr. President, with your permission, we are good on time. So if you don't mind, we can have one or two more topics until Mazhar is here.
I don't mind. I think that'd be a good
permission,
idea. That'd be a good idea if you can ask. Yes, thank you very much for
especially
bringing
the
this
ones
point
who
in.
are not having the rules. Thank you.
Sure, sure. Master of the Ceremonies, you may please allow table topic Master of the Day to go ahead with another two topics. So this will give ample time for Toastmaster Mazhar as well to set up. Then we can continue ahead with the meeting. All right, so table topic Master, stage is yours. Go ahead.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali Satin, Mr. President. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome back to a session which I love the most. Today, I'm on the roll, so I cannot speak on any of my own topics. So I would like to select guest. Where is instead of where's the guest iPad? Wait, the guest name was
I think she was Zahra. And she
Zahra.
has dropped off.
Yeah.
She's dropped off already. I can't see her here.
She dropped off. Then I would like to give it to Dr. Soraya, Toastmaster DTM Dr. Soraya, if she's available. Yay! Finally. Okay. So your topic for today's meeting is culture is important, or it's just a normal norm of today's life?
Table topics master, fellow Toastmaster, and guest. I believe culture is very important because according to our culture, it's not how we dress or what we eat or how the language we are speaking. It is the values and how we raised up and our beliefs. It what affects how we interact with others. So it doesn't matter if I am wearing which address, for example, Indian or even Mexican address. It is what the value is embedded with me. What's the value my culture is, my family or my people I am living with gave me. Because according to that values, which I grown up listening to them and see them, that will affect me. That which should shape us actually and shape how we also interact with others. Also, going from one culture to another culture and interacting with others, we are learning from each other, the other's values, the other's opinion. So it's culture, in my opinion, to answer you, the culture is not only a norm, it's actually is very important is to have a culture, because with the culture, it's not only it's not because we are divided. It doesn't matter, because at the end, all of us, we are aiming and we are spreading loves and peace among all of us. It just, unfortunately, we have some ups and downs, but again, if we have the right values and we believe in the right values, that will reflect on us and how we are behaving towards others. So culture is very important. Back to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Doctor. Next, I think so, Toastmaster Mother is here, so I would give control back to Toastmaster Abdurrahman, so Toastmaster Mazhar can proceed with his speech. Should I give one more topic to someone? Okay, Toastmaster Abdurrahman is here. Okay. And I think so there is some small problem with him. Reconnecting. Till the time he connects back, I would like to give one topic more to.
Okay, sorry for disconnect, everybody. We will take now the third speaker for the prepared speeches for today, Toastmaster Mazhar Ali. We welcome him. And before that, let us hear about his evaluator, Toastmaster Sohail.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. Dtm Mazhar is delivering his third speech from level 1 of innovative planning. The purpose of the speech is to implement the feedbacks which he received from his last speech. The title of the speech is Let's Do It. We are all excited. All the best, Dtm Mazhar. Back to you, MC.
Let us do it with Toastmaster Mazhar Ali. Toastmaster Mazhar Ali, let us do it.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Let's us do it. Well, sorry for the digress that I had to take and delay the agenda, but it turns out that it matches with the theme of the speech of let us or let's do it or let's do this. Before I get into the main topic, let me give you a background. I joined Toastmasters 3 terms back. Back in that 3 years, I have delivered only 2 speeches and 2 evaluations. And of course, there has been a lot of role play and a lot of fun part. And then there was in and out of meetings. Why was it? I told myself, or I asked myself, that it's been such a long time and I'm not able to move forward and deliver a speech. There were many challenges. Of course, most challenges could be similar, but what I identified was holding me back was my fear and my lack of preparation for a speech. You give me a table topic, you give me a role, you ask me to talk on something, I'm good at it. But you give me a 2 weeks notice, you have to prepare a speech of anything under the sky. I'm confident. I say, let's do this. Week 1, I'm saying this weekend, I will write the best speech possible with the best topic in hand and rehearse it. I book times with my wife, with my brother, with my friends, with my mentors. But then the whole point of getting a paper, writing, or choosing a topic, blank, lost. I digress from the agenda at hand. I get busy with Facebook. I get busy with work-related things, things that I would never bother at work. I would not even attend. The time for speech on a Friday afternoon, I'm busy doing that work. Of course, this was an identified challenge. Last month, I had a chat with my previous mentor, Rashid, Toastmasters Rashid. And I discussed this with him, and I told him that we have Dtm Jahangir, who jumped in and is currently mentoring me. I am ashamed to look at the phone when his message or call comes. I fear. I don't know what to tell, because this man, with all the zealous amount of energy, consistency, commitment, has a mentee that somehow keeps failing to deliver a speech. And I remember when I told him this 6 months back, that I'm not able to fixate my mind on a topic. If you give me the topic, I will put the speech. He gave me 7 topics. I'm like, okay, I'm going to, this weekend, make 7 speeches. Alas, I was never able to write a single paragraph on those simple topics. Topics as simple as, what did you do in the last 7 days? Or topics as simple as, my first encounter of so-and-so. But then I told myself, let's do this. So that became the topic of my speech. Last week, I was confident I have a topic. But again, come this weekend, Thursday, I receive a message from Toastmasters Suhail and Toastmasters Zoya, our VPE and my evaluator. What is your pathway? What is your speech number? What is your project number? I'm like, oh, yes, this is something I accessed 1 year back. But I told to myself, let's do this. It took me about 6 hours, in which I did digress again and again and again from this to that, but I wrote a speech, got myself prepared, got my day organized. Something happened last minute, and there I was, second speaker giving his speech. I know I am 10 minutes away from my house, and I'm shaking again. Well, after that, whatever happened, you know. I'm really happy that I spent the last 3 years with you all, the best family. And I have made a commitment with my mentor that I will get back to giving speeches, or start giving speeches. And here I am saying, let's do this. With that, back to you, Master Afsar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mizar, for the beautiful speech. And let us do it. This is one of the common word that Nike uses for the t-shirt, I think. So you should start also sports and be healthy. We reached to the end of our meetings today, and we will continue with the evaluation session. And Toastmaster Khurram Salman, DTM Khurram Salman, he will tell us all about the things that we should evaluate and just be developed for the next meeting. So let us welcome with the DTM Khurram Salman.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, the general evaluation session now begins. We will now have the timing report of our speakers and table topic speakers from our timer, Toastmaster Rohan Jose. Let's hear from him. Rohan, are you with us?
Yes, yes. Thank you very much for that. And I think my work is fairly simple because all the speakers spoke within the time limits, and going in order, Dtm Mahmood had a time of 5 minutes and 33 seconds. Dtm Jahangir had a time of 7 minutes and 28 seconds. And nice work there. Dtm Mazhar had a time of 6 minutes and 40 seconds. As for the table topics, Dtm Mahmood had a time of 1 minute 51 seconds. Our guest, Ali had a time of 1 minute and 10 seconds. Dtm Jahangir had a time of 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And Dtm Thuraya had a time of 1 minute and 53 seconds. With that, I
Brilliant.
believe...
All the speakers were within the time limit.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you to timer. Let's jump right into our evaluation session. Our first speaker was Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Mardi. We may please have Toastmaster Colin, who replaced Toastmaster Roya, to come and evaluate. Toastmaster Colin, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you very much, DTM Khurram Salman, for that introduction. Before I begin, am I audible and am I visible? Good, perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, in the words of the motivational speaker, Jim Rohn, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And this is the essence of Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Mardi's speech today. His topic, the essence of what he was saying, is that the people you spend the most time with shape the way you think and shape the way you are, and the conversations you have determine how far you go. Now, there are certain things Toastmaster Mahmoud did very well. Number one, the relevance of the message for us here today was very important. He began with something very relatable, Toastmaster Kamal al-Shahabi. He moved on to also mention meeting Jahangir Khan and how he mentioned the importance, and he stressed upon the importance of mentioning again and again and again. Number two, the language he used. The language he used, the vocabulary he used was good. It was in line with his speech and it was well prepared there. The body language and the delivery style as well. What I like about Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Mardi's speech was he used the stage to his advantage. He moves back and forth while speaking, and he uses his hands extensively as well. So great job on that, Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Mardi. But good, better, best, never let it rest till your good gets better and your better gets best. In my humble opinion, here are some areas of improvement. Now, number one, the structure of your speech. You had a story, which was very good. However, I wanted to feel a central message towards your speech. And that was something I could not find. Yes, the essence of mentoring was stressed upon, but key takeaways, that I could stay after this meeting and write about weren't as evident in this speech. Number two, the language and the body language specifically. There were certain instances where you were not looking at the camera. When you were speaking and when you were walking from left to right, you were not looking at us. And that felt there was a disconnect. So I do recommend, while you are making good use of the stage, that you always have that awareness that you are looking at the audience. And all in all, you delivered a good speech, great content, good enthusiasm, and that's very important. I would recommend you centralize key messages in your speech and you work on refining your body language, and I'm sure you'll go a long way. With that said, over to you, Dtm Salman.
Thank you, Toastmaster Colin, for that effective and constructive feedback. We will now hear from Dtm Thuraya, who's evaluating Dtm Jahangir, who spoke with the speech titled You Need It. Dtm Thuraya, over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmaster guest, and in particular, Dtm Jahangir, who delivered speech project 3 from level 2 about mentoring. So let me just remind you quickly about the objective of this speech is for the members to clearly define how Toastmaster envision mentoring, and second, to share a previous experience when he was a mentee. So let us go through the speech and tell where did Dtm Jahangir actually did well and how we can improve in his speech. Already we know that Toastmaster Jahangir is established speaker, but let us go around this topic. So as all of us noticed that Dtm Jahangir started the speech with the clear structure. We have the introduction, which grasped all of engaging all of us from the beginning by asking a question about mentoring. So all of us, we were interacted with him directly. And he said in a funny way, the way he said your camera is switched on or off. So that was a clever and a good humorous as well. From the start, he moved to the body when he spoke and shared his mentoring journey with a different mentor and his journey within Toastmasters as well. Then he ended also with a question and remind us about the importance of mentoring. So when we looked at Dtm Jahangir while he presenting and delivering the speech, the good things I noticed is his body gesture. And for me, by the way, this is my first time to see Jahangir is moving on since we moved to online. The way you were, having all the stage with you, you were moving around, sharing the journey, your voice modulation. So when you needed to raise your voice was up, and when you needed to have a lower voice, your voice also was lower. The third thing, the vocal variety and the sentence you use. For example, run your own race and stay in your lane. A humorist like Kamal, leadership like Khurram, speaking like Colin. So 3 points as well. This is also one of the things when he was mentioning his point, he focused on mentioning 3 points. And this is one of the good when we are presenting, because as an audience, we cannot have lots of many information. So he focused on sharing with us 3 points. So well done on having structured and having the introduction, the body, and the conclusion, for having the vocal variety and changing the voice tone as well. How we can take it, where you can work on it. When you were mentioning the 3 main points, you have the stage and you were moving. I think if you started 1 point, so after saying the 3 points, you can say first point, move in one place, and then the second point, and then moving to the third point. So this is, I think, if you work on it, will be good. The second, the quote when you were mentioning about opera, you have to grasp a paper. I think if you have it in your hand in a small sheet of paper, or since we are online, if you post it in front of you, that will be better than having the big and start reading it from the paper. Overall, a good speech, just work on these two things about the staging and having a note in your hand for the code. By that, all the best, and by that to the general evaluator. Back to you.
Thank you, Dtm Jahangir. I appreciate that. We will now move on to our third and final evaluation of the day for Toastmaster Mazhar with the topic Let's Do It. Please welcome Toastmaster Suhail.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Ladies and gentlemen, my speaker, Dtm Mazhar, lack of preparation. The way he started his speech, I can easily connect myself with his speech. This is a challenge which I feel each and every Toastmaster is facing throughout the world whenever we talk about the presentation and the speech. I can connect myself because I recently joined Toastmaster, and the same feeling I was going through when I was consulting my mentor, then how we can present or face the audience. So Dtm Mazhar started very well with accepting the challenge what he has faced, and in the body he has mentioned how he has overcome the challenge by meeting and discussing it with Dtm Jahangir, with his other mentors, and the kind of messages what he was receiving throughout for this presentation. His body language was very good. We can easily connect with him, but there is always room for greatness. What I feel, if this thing Dtm Mazhar will add to his speech, this would have been it will add to his greatness. The light of the room was not that great. That I can see there was a darkness when he was speaking, so I was not able to focus on his movement. The humor was missing. If we can add humor, this is a very challenging situation which we all go through whenever we present ourselves in the Toastmaster Club or wherever we speak. So if we can add more humor to it, it will be overall, it will add to the overall speaking points. Third, the closing. I was expecting some movements where Dtm Mazhar will say that the thing which changed him and the thing which forced him to accept and overcome this challenge. I was expecting that at the end, but overall it was a very good speech, very well connected with the audience. I believe the suggestion like lighting, humor, and closing, it can be a better one. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suhail. Let's have the timing for all the three evaluators. May we please call upon Toastmaster Rowan.
Yep, thank you for that, TM. Thank you very much for that, TM Karam. As for the evaluators, the time limits, TM Colin had a time of 3 minutes and 17 seconds. Dtm Jahangir had a time of 3 minutes and 26 seconds, and TM Suhail had a time of 2 minutes and 28 seconds. All of them are within the limits, and we're good to go. Thank you.
Brilliant. With that, may we please launch the poll for the best table topic speaker, and evaluator, and role player as well. And of course, the co-hosts won't be able to vote, which makes 4 of us.
We can send it to Dr. Thuraiya for Dtm Karam.
That is okay.
She will be compiling. We can send it to her.
Can you all see the votes? Because I see the results, but I don't see any votes coming in. Has anybody voted? Oh, there we go. Okay. That is correct, as Master, although that is something that I was going to recommend as well, is that we can take the role player voting at the end. It's just that the way the poll has been set up, all of them are together. We should have had an award for the best dressed, but you don't want to know what I'm wearing below the vest. So, you know, let's just keep it the way it is. We will soon have best dressed physical award once we go physical. All right, brilliant. Are we done with the voting, Victoria? Because I can't see the poll anymore.
Just give me a few seconds. I will double check because I'm checking the chat, and then you can continue while I'm checking, and I will give the result to Mr.
Brilliant.
President.
Thank you for that. Now the way we would work, ladies and gentlemen, now starts the actual general evaluation session where I evaluate everything and anything that happened or didn't happen, but should have had. The meeting started on time. Our Southern came along with a lot of good energy, which is very, very required, that energy boost at the beginning. So kudos to our Southern for starting that way. The beginning part of the whole session, where the adoption of the agenda occurs, the guest introduction occurs, presentation and the presidential address was very well conducted and swiftly conducted by our president, Toastmaster Ali. Then the Toastmaster of the day took over and he had a very nice introduction to the theme overall. And then we moved into the role players introduction. All the role players introduced their role very, very well. And that is always what's required when they're introducing their role. The Know Your Member session was very well conducted as well. The speeches overall were all good. The speakers were prepared. We had 3 speakers today, and the evaluation session that followed that was very well done as well. Overall, the meeting was on time. We are still relatively before time, actually, because ideally my session should be starting now. So we are right on time or just a minute or two before. So kudos to the whole team for keeping the time well intact throughout. Now comes my list of recommendations, which is a list a bit too long, but this is to be taken in terms of constructive criticism for the club. Let me start by saying this, that in the previous meeting, we had Toastmaster Nagendra come in and he had a beautiful presentation in which he presented multiple various feedbacks for our club as well. I am sad to notice that we were not able to implement a whole lot of it, and most of my feedback revolves around the same points that he had mentioned as well. So I'm hoping that by me reiterating that point, we can have it covered in the next meeting as well. Let's have our secretary be aware of the quorum beforehand instead of counting the quorum once he's called upon. Before the agenda, it says that we're going to have the business session come in. We know that the start of the business session usually has this part as well. So let all the role players who are about to come on board, any role player, including timers, counters, anybody per se, should be ready before their role comes in. The business session is to be called to order after the quorum is counted, because you need to know if you're going to be conducting any business coming in as well. And someone has to propose to close the business session as well. So there has to be a motion, there has to be a second for that to come in. The adoption of the minutes of the meeting of the agenda of the previous meeting is part of the business session. So if you're looking at a business session, it is counting the quorum, calling the business session to order, adopting the minutes of the meeting, officers report, old business, new business. That's how that works. For our MC of the day, the club's intro was missing, could have been added. It is always nice for us to reiterate how the history of our club best. And this is not the first cultural day theme that we're having. We've had this multiple times in the past. So it could have been nice if some pictures could have been shown, or it could have been just reiterated that this is the 5th time or the 4th time we're having this sort of meeting. The 30 seconds to 1 minute speaker's feedback is very, very necessary. Might I suggest, and this is something that we're implementing in another club today as well, is can we have a feedback form for the speakers? So we can just put that in. It could be a simple Google form. It will be a bit more of work on the person or the team that decides to do it, but I believe it'll be something very, very valuable, is that a speaker speaks, we put a form, a Google form or a Microsoft form coming in where everybody can put in their feedback instead of putting it on chat. So this is sort of one way where it can be centralized and we can take it over. Further, throughout the meeting, let's always try and plan for the gaps that might occur. For example, the gap that we had with our speaker coming towards the end, and then there was a bit of a back and forth between the MC and the table topics master. So it's always best if we can have the gaps accounted for and planned for, even though we handled them really well. I just believe that if we would have planned for the gaps because we knew that we have 3 speakers or anything as such, we could always be better prepared for it. And that's something that could always help us well. Let's have the Sergeant at Arms, even though he spoke very, very well, reiterate the core values, go through some house rules, such as switch off your mics if you're not there, just make sure there's no other irrelevant sounds that are coming in, just these sort of roles that the Sergeant at Arms can talk about when they're coming in. Moving further, the adoption of the agenda, as mentioned by Toastmaster Nagendra as well, has to be proposed by VPE, which was myself, and I missed out on that, so guilty as charged, and the Toastmaster of the day can second that part going in. And let's have a couple of things going further. A minute, I'm going through my notes over here. The grammarian of the day, whose report I will now come to, can have the word of the day displayed as a background. Digress was the word of the day, and he did mention in the chat, I believe, once, but that's something that we can always remind the audience whenever they're speaking, and having the word of the day as a background could usually help a lot. Overall, the meeting was well conducted, on time, smooth. Just a couple of things that we can take care of. Another point that I will mention is if we can have our role players rename themselves, and this is a point that has been mentioned time and time again. Please rename yourself as how I've renamed myself, GE/Quram Saman. So if anybody's looking at the list of participants, they know who is doing what. It's always best so that we don't have to go back and forth with the agenda. We can just look at the list of participants and get to know what is happening as well. Like I mentioned, overall, the meeting was well conducted. Kudos to the team who have done it. Just a couple of points that I've mentioned, if we can take care of them going further, hopefully we can iron out any bumps in the road. We will now go ahead with the reports of our role players who've all done a phenomenal job. Point on the table topics master as well. He did a great job. The topics were all relevant into the theme, and that is something that is always very well done. Our counter grammarian of the day is Toastmaster Rowan Lobo. Let's have Rowan come and speak and evaluate our grammatical usage of the day. Srada, I'll come to you next.
Thank you, Khurram, General Evaluator, for today, for that exhaustive introduction and points to take care of. And thank you for that note, especially in the grammarian. We'll try to incorporate that in the next meeting as well. So for today in our call or in our meeting, we had one person mention the name or the word digress thrice, and I thank him. Maybe I need to take him out for a treat. He's the only one who took it positively and used it quite extensively in his speech. And Mazhar, congratulations to you. Next time we meet physically, coffee is on me. Other than the word digress today, I would say the meeting went well. No major highlights over here in terms of people's speeches, in terms of what has been said. A very good positive speech, good use of vocabulary today. I like the way that most of the speeches today concentrated around real life instances, real life examples and lessons to which we can learn and we can maybe grow our membership or our participation in Toastmasters. A very good positive meeting, and looking forward to many more where we can come together and we can bring together our ideas, where we can learn more. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, grammarian of the day. We will now have our accountants report. Toastmaster Sharada, please take over.
Thank you, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and respected guests. This counter report I have to submit now, but really it's a very difficult task for me. As you can see, all the experts are sitting here, and it's very challenging role for me to find out these filler words and the process words. But at the end, I will submit my report. So first, I'll start from our President, Dtm Sebastian. You have done a very good job, well done, but you don't have any repeated words, as I am looking for you very closely. And TM Abdul Rahman Janai, you had only one and 3 repeated words. TM Ruben Lobo, you don't have any repeated words and don't have any filler words. TM Rohan Jos, you have only one one and one DTM Khurram Salman, you don't have any words. TM Colin Lobo, while you are speaking in Know Your Member, you used 2 2 and 1 TM Mohammed Al Maradi, you have only 1 Jahangir Khan, you don't have any words also, repeated words. TM Mazhar Ali, you have only 1 Dr. Turaya Juma, you have 2 and 1 TM Sohail, you have 1 and 2 TM Umar Mukhtar, you have 2 2 and 1 bot. Our guest Ali, I also judged him and I found he used only 2 This is the final report from my side. Thank you so much. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Cantor of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings my role towards the end. All the role players have done a phenomenal job. Wishing them all the very best in their next meetings and role players. With this, I hand over the control back to our MC of the day.
Mr. President.
He's mute.
Is it to me or is it to the MC? Because MC needs to wind up. Do we have the MC here?
If not, then I can take it. Forward from here.
If Abdurrahman is still facing technical issues, I don't mind doing it myself.
Yeah, you can continue. Toastmaster Ali, you can continue. Here.
Perfect. I'll take it over. Thank you very much. Yet again, thank you very much, Dtm Jahangir, for, I would say, reiterating the points that were mentioned before the last meeting by Toastmaster Nagendra. And we need to take this into consideration. Gotta do some fixing as well to make our meetings better, because it's all about learning, improving, and progressing ahead. And this is what families are all about. I'm picturing Vin Diesel for some reason, but anyways, let's continue. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and a special thanks to all the role players for whatever you have done. Amazing job. And I believe Dtm Jahangir would like to take a group photo. Should we do a group photo?
Yes, let's
do it. Wait.
Are we ready?
Let me turn on my camera so I can take a group photo.
Sure.
Can wait.
Let me
Let me get my camera. Okay, everyone, please turn on your camera. And
DTM Khurram is not around, I guess.
DTM Khurram Salman, can you?
I would say it's in a compromising situation. Let's continue.
Okay, let's continue. Okay, one with thumbs up, one without thumbs up. Okay, first one with thumbs up.
Let's start with the thumb.
Wait, let me check if it's okay. Yes, it is okay. I'll just save it. Give me a minute. And one without thumbs up. Okay. Okay. Are you all ready?
Yes.
Smile. Done. I'm done here.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Umar, for doing this. Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I would just like to go back and thank each and every one of you for joining for today's meeting. I was expecting a bit of more colors, but nevertheless, people being into the meeting themselves is color being added to the meeting. So thank you very much for coming in, to all the role players for conducting and executing an amazing job and filling up that gap in between that came in. And special thanks to Toastmaster Umar and Toastmaster Abdurrahman for taking over the ship as well and making sure that we sail smoothly and seamlessly. Thank you very much. Now is the time to announce the results. So let's begin. I would like to start with the best table topic commentator. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the table topic session is
Dtm
raising your hand?
Yeah.
Jahangir.
Yes.
You have the certificates with
Yes.
you? We'll be sharing the screen.
I don't. Mahmoud would be doing it, I believe so.
Yes,
Yeah,
I do
so
have them with me, but I just don't have the winners. Yeah.
Have the winners? Okay, I'll give you a second.
Yes.
I'll give
While
you
you're
a
doing
second.
that, Toastmaster Ali, I would just like to share the request made by Toastmaster Roya Adil for the next meeting, which would be on 28th, if I'm not mistaken. Please, if you wish to take any role, you can send a message to either me, Dtm Puram, or the president, and we can hand over to her.
Yes, please.
Or you can drop a message to her. But yeah, she would be willing. She has requested if you can come forward, and then she'll be working with the agenda. Just one moment. It would be on 28th. Along with that, there is one more announcement, if you may, with the permission of the Mr. President. There would be, towards the end of this month, new member orientation program, in which we will be sharing more about the Toastmasters, how things work, all the details. It's a special event organized by our District 20. So I would request all the new members, if they can attend. It would be 2 to 3 hours, 2 hours to be exact, session in which they will be going into the depth of the things. So if you can attend, it would be very beneficial for our new members. Yes, Toastmaster, that's it.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to echo what Dtm Jahangir is saying. The new member orientation program is always, from what I've noticed, has been a really good program for the new joiners. You get to have, let's say, the information about Toastmasters in a nutshell. And
We can't hear you.
Our president having a problem with the net because he is freezing. We need to wait a second. Yeah.
If Mahmoud is having the results, then if he's preparing now.
The thing is, I have the template with me, but I'm not able to share it for I don't know for
You
what
don't have the
reason.
permission?
No, it's not letting me. Not letting me share it. And I can't see even the chat box. I can just see everyone's faces, but I'm not able to see any chat box, nothing whatsoever.
At the bottom of the faces.
Yeah.
There would be a green share screen.
And next to and left of the.
No, the only thing that I'm seeing is only 4 things, which is like just the grid video and just the thumbnail and the active speaker and just the hidden video. That's the only thing that I'm seeing.
So if we are having such, you can share it in the WhatsApp group later on.
Yeah,
let Toastmaster Ali announce it. So let's.
Okay. Yeah, okay, fine. That will be.
Mr. President, you can announce the results. We are having a technical issue.
You're mute.
Yep, got it. Sorry, even I was kicked out of the meeting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for the results, which I really hope are there. Yeah, they are. Okay. Toastmaster Mahmoud, are you ready?
As I mentioned to Toastmaster Jahangir, is that I'm facing just some technical issues. So I'll just be sending the results to the group, but I have the template ready.
I'll announce it then, at least for now. No problems. Perfect. Let me start with table topic commentator. The best table topic commentator award goes to Dtm Jahangir Khan. And moving forward towards the best evaluator, this award goes to Toastmaster Colin. Congratulations. And the best speaker award goes to Dtm Jahangir Khan. Congratulations on getting 2 awards in a single meeting. And the best role player, ladies and gentlemen, is going to none other than our captain of the ship, Toastmaster Abdurrahman Janahi. With this, I also have to announce that after today's meeting and finishing their speeches, Toastmaster Mahmoud and Dtm Jahangir have completed their second level of their pathways of the project. So congratulations on this as well. Bravo. Really good. Congratulations. Keep it up. Keep it up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with this, our meeting is coming to an end. Thank you so much for having yet another successful meeting and you guys being an integral part of it. See you soon, inshallah, on the next upcoming meeting on 28 August. With this, I adjourn meeting number 172. Have a pleasant evening, be safe, stay good, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.